Alright, welcome to what I would call a basic introductory video for our geometry. It's called Points, Lines, and Planes. Sorry for the pause there, there's a bird outside my window making some noise that I knew you could hear, so I had to shut the windows. Alright, now do not write any of this down. So, this is a point, this is a line, this is a plane. That's a video. Just kidding. Couldn't resist doing that joke. I thought it was hilarious. So, for real, let's get some definitions going. So, there's several definitions here. So I'll just go over them. A point is a location. A point has no dimension to it at all. Zero dimension to it, you know. It's just tells you where something is. A line is a line of points that extends infinitely in two directions. It's one-dimensional. So a line is just a bunch of points that are all together. And it goes forever two directions. A ray extends from a point infinitely in one direction. It's basically like half a line. So you have a point, and then a line shoots from that point, with nothing going the other way. A segment is the distance between 2 points. It's also one-dimensional. So it's just any 2 points, it's the distance between those. And it does not go infinitely either direction, which is why we can actually find the distance. A plane is any space where all this stuff exists. So, like right now, this board is my plane. It's where all this exists. So, proper notation. So, to do proper notation for a point, you just write the letter of the point. So, point A, B, C, D. For a line, you list 2 points on that line, and then you draw a little line above it. A ray is you pick 2 points on the ray, and then you draw a little ray above it. Now, in a ray, you see the stars down here. The first letter is the point where the ray starts. So that D tells us that the ray starts at point D and then goes through point E. You can create rays from lines. And a segment, you pick 2 points on the segment that are the endpoints of the segment, and then you draw a little segment there. And you can create segments from rays, and you can create a segment from a line. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to list some points, some lines, some rays, some segments. So points. Well, every letter here is a point. So we could say A, B, C, D, E. So point A, point B, point C, point D, and point E. Lines. Remember, lines go forever in 2 directions. They don't sing in a band. They don't go one direction. I know as soon as you hear this, you're gonna laugh. Now, I see several lines here with different names. So we have AC is a line. Now, I don't want to list CA as a line because that's the exact same line. So don't be flipping the letters around and saying they're 2 different lines, really. AD is also a line. I know that AD and AC are the same line. When you think about it, but it's just a different way of looking at it. So that's a little bit different than our flipping the letters just around. And we have BC and BE is also lines. So BC is also a line, and BE is also a line. Some rays. Now remember, we can create rays from anything here. That's a line, or it's just, and I shouldn't say anything here, any of the lines we can create rays, and we can create rays from things that look just like a ray. So like D looks just like a ray. So DE, I'm sorry. So DE is a ray. We could also say that CE is a ray. We could say that EC is a ray. And the reason we can flip that around is because we're saying that at this endpoint is where it starts. So it's not like the line where it goes forever two ways. E tells us where to start and look, and the second letter tells us where to look. We could say BC and CB arrays. You could say that CA, AC, and several more. But I don't really have the room for that, so let's just talk about some of the segments. So, some segments. So AB is the obvious one because it looks like one. We could also say DE. You could say DC. You'd say CA. There's several segments here as well. I'm not going to list all of them, but there are several there. So, what I want you to do now is I want you to go ahead and I'm going to do that over here. Never mind. We're just in the video. This is basic. I have full confidence in you getting it from here, and if you don't, ask questions. And that's it.